Hi, I'm Aubrey Sitterson, Community Manager for WWE Games at THQ. And we've been on set all day today, filming some great interviews and features for you guys, working together with Looking for Larry. So I've managed to corner none other than Paul Heyman, and we're gonna chat a little bit about WWE 13 and the Attitude Era. Paul, how are you?
I'm great. That's an interesting first question. How am I? Well, no, anyway, go ahead.
As you're well aware, the focus of WWE 13 is the Attitude Era.
Right.
And there was a lot of things going on in the 90s that precipitated the Attitude Era in WWE, whether it was what was happening on WCW at the time or what was going on in another Northeastern promotion with ECW.
Right.
What's your take on that? Was ECW a big influence on the Attitude Era?
Oh, I think ECW spawned the Attitude Era, and I think it was very smart of Vince McMahon to realize that he had a far greater audience than ECW had access to. I mean, the man had global television, and we had pockets of regional television outlets. So why wouldn't the big corporation with the big money and all the muscle and marketing and mouthpiece behind it take from the little organization that just had balls, bullshit, and bravado? And that's a fact of life. And I think Vince would have been very stupid not to be influenced by ECW. And I think the fact that he was influenced by ECW is what defines him as being a smart businessman, and how he beat Eric Bischoff and Ted Turner in WCW.
You mentioned balls, bullshit, and bravado, which are my new three favorite B's, by the way. Is that how you would describe the Attitude Era and what was going on?
Well, that's how I describe ECW. I mean, WWE had muscle, marketing, and mouthpiece, and we didn't. We just had balls, bullshit, and bravado. We didn't have a marketing budget. We didn't have any budget at all. I mean, we ran on a shoestring budget. We ran Saturday to pay for Sunday's editing session, and then by Monday we were scrambling to pay for that Friday, and that's the way it was, especially when we're competing against billionaires. I mean, WCW was owned by Time Warner, and before that it was owned by Turner Broadcasting, and these are billion-dollar corporations. WWE went public, raised $1 billion. We didn't have this type of financing behind us. What we had was a loyal, passionate audience, and we had the balls to present our bullshit and the bravado to bring it forward to the audience that we had.
Something else you guys had, though, were personalities. And I think that, something that no one could argue with is that you have an incredible eye for talent.
Well, thank you.
You spot guys, and you find the guys to make something out of. And whether it was folks in the original ECW or Stone Cold Steve Austin, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, of course. What is it that you look for and that you see in guys like this?
I'm a fan, and it's that intangible it factor. What separates the actor that connects with the audience from another actor of equal or greater stature that just can't break through, and that's the difference. It can't be described. It's just that magic that happens when someone walks on screen, and oh my God, I can't take my eyes off of this human being. And Brock Lesnar obviously has that, and Steve Austin always had that, and CM Punk always had that. If Austin or Punk or Brock walk into a room, and it could be 1,000 people at that party, everybody's gonna sit there and go, yo, who's that? Wow, look at that guy. They just have that magic. They capture one's attention, and then subsequently they capture your imagination. And once someone captures your imagination, they have that it factor.
Fantastic. So, something that we're in the middle of SummerSlam weekend right now. We're hip deep in it, and you've been hip deep in WWE programming for the past few months, working with Brock Lesnar. How did that come about? How did you get back in the fold with WWE?
I don't think Brock Lesnar felt like talking anymore, and he wanted someone to talk for him, and he didn't trust anybody to carry his message more than he trusted me to do so. I mean, we wrote a book together, his life story, and he trusted me to write his life story because I'm the one person outside of his immediate family that he can tolerate. I wouldn't say Brock Lesnar likes me. I wouldn't say Brock Lesnar considers me his friend. I'd say Brock Lesnar tolerates me more than he tolerates almost any other human being outside of the Lesnar compound.
In addition to your work with WWE lately, you've also been doing a lot more work with WWE Games at THQ. I know that you're credited as the creative rabbi of WWE 13.
Right.
I'm not Jewish, so I don't know what that entails, the creative rabbi.
You know, I really don't know what it entails either, and I am Jewish. You know, all I know is THQ needed some product advice about WWE and the WWE universe that wasn't based on the technology of actually putting together the game itself. Because technology speaking, you know, my kids teach me how to use an iPhone because I got an iPhone. And I don't know how to use it, but now that I know how to use it, I'm real good at typing out the messages that need to be on the iPhone. Of course, if I hit the wrong button, they got to teach me how to do it. Same thing in the game. I really don't know how to make the wrestler's arm go up and down or throw a punch, but I think I know by now. I would hope I know. I would suggest that I know which wrestler should throw a punch at another wrestler and at what point in the game they should.
When folks are playing WWE 13, is it going to feel like a Paul Heyman produced storyline where they're playing through the universe mode?
I think the best way for me to describe a Paul Heyman produced storyline, if I'm ever to be credited for that, or as the creative rabbi, is that you don't realize that it's a Paul Heyman produced storyline, that you think it's a storyline created by you. That you, the guy at home, go, yeah, oh man, yes, that's how it's supposed to be. That's what I was envisioning. Yes. And if somebody at home feels that way, then to me, that's what a Paul Heyman storyline or a Paul Heyman produced storyline is that the guy at home says, oh yeah, man, if I envisioned this a year ago, that's exactly how I'd want to see it play out. It's like when you watch a really great movie and you go, oh, there's no way, oh, there's no, oh, it is a wow. That's what Paul Heyman produced storyline is supposed to be, where the person at home thinks, that's how I would do it.
And that's what we're doing with WWE 13. Live the revolution.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Boop.